Well, what I saw in the United States were vibrant indigenous communities throughout the country. I visited various parts of the United States and talked directly with indigenous leaders in their communities and learned about the realities. What really is needed is greater awareness by the broader American public about the vibrancy and continuity of these peoples within the American social, political fabric, and the contribution that indigenous peoples make. The larger public, what I'm seeing, is by and large ignorant about the presence of indigenous peoples and the contribution they make to the ongoing contribution they make to the fabric of the country. What I also saw was an ongoing need for reconciliation between the country, between the United States and indigenous peoples for the historical and ongoing wrongs that have occurred. There's still a lack of a reckoning, really, for the wrongs that indigenous peoples have suffered, the lands that have been taken from them, the undermining of their cultures. And these are not just historical phenomena. These, what had happened to indigenous peoples, the colonization of their territories, the taking of their lands, the undermining of their cultures, and in many cases the massacres of their peoples, has ongoing consequences that are manifested in the social and economic disadvantages that indigenous peoples across the United States face. They face severe challenges in terms of their own human development, low levels of educational attainment in terms of formal education, high suicide rates, poor health conditions in comparison to the rest of the population. And these really are manifestations of the historical wrongs that indigenous peoples have suffered. And so there is a need to address these historical wrongs in a comprehensive. And there are ways, there are practical ways, and indeed the federal government has initiated some projects to restore control by indigenous peoples over their traditional lands in a way that is restorative and conciliatory. And my central recommendation that I've already made and that I will be elaborating upon in my report will be for there to be more of these kind of initiatives that the federal government has already engaged in trying to restore lands to indigenous peoples as part of an effort for reconciliation and as part of a move of a larger body of initiatives to address the ongoing problems that they face. People need to become aware that indigenous peoples are vibrant parts of societies across the globe, but they face severe challenges that disadvantage them in many, many ways. And so with that awareness, people can take action that are appropriate to their local circumstances.